Kuroko's basketball this week was actually a bit more of what happened last week, which I didn't cover because the gist of what happened last week was the fact that Kuroko stepped back into the step back up on the court, and then he shut down Mai Uzami. So that's pretty much like what happened last week. For this week, it's cutting more into the whole thing of Idiki trying to stop Hayama, and also it also cut into the whole thing of Kogane trying his hardest to actually match up to Mibuchi. I mean, like, these two pairing offs, these two matchups for this game were actually rather unexpected because it was actually rather funny though, because in both matchups, it's like the uncrowned kings were looking down upon the other players because they're like, well, now, you know, I'm just skilled and I'm a lot better. And as well, now, even though they do stop Hayama in like the first half, of this, pretty much the whole thing of what Idiki pretty much kind of came out and said, like, look, you're a better ball player than me. I can't beat you like in a one-on-one, but it's a good thing that like you're not as smart as me, because if you were, that would be a very fucked up problem. And also, you know, because of that, it does sort of enrage him and force him to make a few mistakes. But give or take with like a few things, he does actually calm down, and, you know, he does tend to back off because he's like, I don't want to like become a reason as to why we lose or they catch up. So that's a very interesting thing. Also, going back to the Kogane versus Mibuchi thing, Mibuchi's like void. You know, I mean, like, a lot of people, they do look at Kogane and say, like, okay, you are not a good basketball player. I mean, to be fair, you are just average, even though you've jumped from like swimming to soccer to tennis to basketball. I mean, obviously, you are just an average player. However, because of that, though, he does actually lead Hyuga to actually figure out a way how to get past the void, which is actually rather shocking to a lot of people, because he actually tried to jump up and actually block it. He was the first person to not be paralyzed by it, which is actually really, really unexpected. But either way, though, it is really good though that like in this game they're actually taking every member of Siren into consideration, and they're letting every single one of them play and actually get their time to shine, which is actually something that you normally wouldn't see in any other anime. But either way, that is what this episode was. A whole bunch of action and a whole bunch of like shocking moments and breaking a whole bunch of expectations. So that is pretty much how this episode ends. Please tell me what do you think about it down there in the comment section. Catch you on the next John Graves show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.